feel like for the most part, it's just about kind of getting people aware of what we do. For a lot of the time, I feel like we get confused with personal trainers, which I know I can probably speak for many athletic trainers, and that kind of bothers us. Or if just people just call us trainers and all that, but just like kind of getting out to the world, like what we do, where we are, because we're not just in college athletics, we're in the industrial setting, high schools, clinics, we're working all sorts of different places. But yeah, so just kind of getting what we do out there and just kind of, it's another way to educate people as well. I feel like we use it pretty well to do that through some of the stuff we put out. Just kind of small things that people could do about their, to live healthier lives, stuff like that. So
it's more of a holistic approach. You don't
Yeah.
want to just worry about someone when they're injured. You want to make sure they don't get injured to begin with.
Yeah. So I mean that's really what I like to focus on, especially with my gymnasts, is trying to prevent injury before it happens. And even if it does happen, then maybe we'll be better off. We'll be better off during the injury, and they'll be able to return quicker, which is always the goal for me, is to get them back on competing, to do what they want to do. So
right now, as a graduate assistant, the next step is to get that full-time job. But what was the decision like to decide you wanted to go in this career path? Was there a moment or an instant that you realized, oh, this is what I wanted to do early on?
There wasn't like a specific one. It was just kind of through like the end of my high school and into the start of my undergrad, I just kind of started to understand what athletic trainers did, and so I kind of knew I wanted to get into the athletics industry, but wasn't entirely sure how. And then I kind of got introduced to athletic training through a family member of mine, and so then once I got into college and started learning about all the all the education that we go through, it just kind of kept making me more interested. And then starting to work with teams as an undergrad, that just even made it more fun, and I just really enjoyed I really like to be like behind the scenes of athletics. It's really cool to see like the side that not a whole lot of people get to see. But yeah.
Working with the staff that you get to be with, I mean, you've got certainly a lot of people that have been in places and seen a lot of things. What's it like as a collective group to come get to work with them each day?
I think, they're all kind of, I feel like a lot of them are kind of from similar areas. They're all, Toledo, Ohio area, but we do all kind of bring different things because we have had different experiences. And so I think it's really nice to just kind of work with them and get to know them and how they do things, because all athletic trainers do stuff differently. So we've all learned from each other, and we can teach each other different ways to do stuff, and I think that's really great. And we're a super close group. A lot of the times, that's one of the things people ask in interviews, is like what's the culture like here? And one of the answers we always give is it's like a family. We help each other out. If we need something covered for whatever reason, then there'll always be somebody that can give us a hand. So I think that's great.
Working with a sport like gymnastics, it's not the football, baseball, something like that everybody's used to. How do you go about learning how to be ready? Just like a coach readies their playbook, how do you go about readying your playbook for sport you may not be the most familiar with?
Yeah, it was quite the learning curve getting to know gymnastics. I came into it knowing very little. I think I just knew what the events were. But I've just kind of taken from like the coaches and the athletes. They've taught me a lot. Just kind of made that work with the knowledge I came in here with, and try to, I just apply what they have taught me to, what I learned in athletic training throughout the years. But yeah.
When you're there with them day in, day out, preseason camp to the end when they hoist that trophy, you got to be with gymnastics last year and be a part of that team. How special is it when you get to win a championship and see everything come together?
It was awesome. I feel like a lot of I'm sure the girls and the coaches feel the same way, but I I remember that day pretty vividly, just because we, especially after that the first rotation on beam, we did not do well. We didn't do how we thought we were going to, but we were able to turn it around. We had some great leadership on that team, but yeah, it was awesome just seeing them with the trophy, hearing our name called #1, and just getting to see that trophy and bring it back home. And then, I mean, it didn't even stop there, because then we went on to regionals, and that was a great experience. I think that's something that, I mean, I think that's only been done like 3 or 4 times here. So I think that was a great experience for the girls and for all of us, just because, you know, that was a pretty special year.
What's next for you? What's the ultimate goal?
I mean, I would like to stick with athletic training at the D1 level. Don't know where that'll be, but I'm looking right now. Hopefully, can get something soon.